Thank you so much, Mr. Chair and Ranking Member Fox, and also Secretary Walsh for being here. Secretary Walsh, in 2008, the Department of Labor issued regulations allowing small employers and self-employed individuals to access quality and affordable healthcare coverage through an association health plan. And let me say, since you may be unfamiliar with me, I'm the 2nd Congressional District in Iowa, represent a rural district, a physician, a former president of the Iowa Medical Society, and also former director of the Iowa Department of Public Health, who saw these association health plans to be very helpful. Allowing small employers and self-employed individuals to join together for group coverage for health insurance purposes allows them to purchase health plans the same way large employers do. Association health plans are subject to all of the Affordable Care Act's group health plan coverage requirements. Data shows that AHPs voluntarily cover all 10 of the ACA's essential health benefits, and these plans typically have broader provider networks relative to the ACA compliant small group and individual market plans. In 2019, the AHP regulations were invalidated by the DC District Court, but a review of that decision is pending at the DC Circuit Court of Appeals. If the Circuit Court overturns the District Court ruling and upholds the regulations, will the Department of Labor respect that ruling and implement the regulations, or does the department plan to rescind these regulations through a new rulemaking process?
I know I'm a little familiar with the case because I believe my Chamber of Commerce in Boston was looking at that. So I have a little familiarity with it. I am not familiar at the moment, however, if the Department of Labor, what the past practice was in 2008, 2010, 2014, and all up to today. So I'm not aware of any move by this administration to rescind that. Again, but I don't have the full answer on it. This is the first time that this issue, I wasn't aware this issue I mean, I knew it was pending, but I didn't know where it was in the court. So let me look into that. But I hear you. You didn't tell me your concern, but I can hear where you're coming from in this, and let me look into this.
Thank you very much. Also, you were quoted in a Reuters article as saying that gig workers should be classified as employees and deserve work benefits like full health coverage. This statement had a significant impact on both the stock market and cost shares, and Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, and Grubhub to fall significantly. You later said that you were misquoted. Is this an indication that you would recognize this policy could destroy the business model of these companies? And I can also tell you, in my little town of 25,000 people, that having an Uber has developed as a small business has been extraordinarily helpful, especially to people of low income in my area where having a taxi service is not beneficial. So I'm just wondering if your position on gig economy and gig workers has changed.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know if I would say change. I would say that article, it was at the end of the article, and I was asked a question about employees and gig workers. But what we've done since is I've had meetings with many companies, Uber, Airbnb, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. I've worked with worker advocate groups. We're working now to talk about this industry. So we've had very open dialogues. I think if you spoke to them, they would be very pleased with the fact that we've had conversations about this. So yeah, I don't want to say I wasn't misquoted because I was quoted, but it was kind of like a whole comprehensive conversation. I probably should have selected my words better.
Well, I want to thank you for meeting with these companies and having the open mind to engage and interact with them. And I firmly believe, as a physician and a former director of an agency much smaller than yours, that culture starts at the top. So when you tell me, as I'm a 24-year military veteran who also swore that oath to the Constitution, when you told me you swore an oath to the Constitution, and that's to whom you have fealty for, but when you're asked about support for religious liberty, and you cannot answer whether you would support religious liberty, that to me tells me about the culture of your agency. So I find those two things to be contradictory. And with that, I'm going to yield the rest of my time to Representative Virginia Fox. Thank you, Mr. Chair.